Hey, what's crack-lackin', my favorite crackheads? My name it's Rocket, and I'm finally stopping procrastinating and making a video. Yay. Um, Today we're talking about Fortnite. I know, Fortnite bad, but like, don't worry, I'm gonna be bashing it kind of fucking hard here. So, I don't not play Fortnite. I still do play Fortnite. It's just, I really miss the way it was. Even when people were still bashing it for being a bad game, it was still kind of good. But now, it's only okay. And it's sad because I really did like the game, and now it's just kind of gone a little too far down. But anyway, so today we're going to be talking about why Fortnite was my favorite game and why it still could be one of them, but it's never going to be back to how it was. So I started back around season 5 and like August of 2018. Back in season 5, it was like really easy for bad players to play well, and that is just how I got so hooked onto Fortnite. I would just sit there and spray and I'd win, and that was really fun. I really enjoyed just being able to play and not have to really think about my gameplay. So, on goes to season 6. Things get a lot different. I get a lot better. Not much really changed. I still had a lot of fun with the game. I got my first solo win. I was having so much fun. And then season 7 comes around. I feel like season 7, it wasn't the nail in the coffin, but it was the board. Season 7 was fucking hell. You had the planes, which were terrible. You had the Infinity Blade, which I didn't play with, but I've seen horror stories about it, and my god, it looked terrible. And here's where really competitive started to play in, and oh my god, that was probably the worst things, because now you really start to see people who are really trying, and there's a term that I'm going to use a lot in this video. It's called pub stomping. Pub stomping is when you go into a public match, not ranked, and you try your fucking ass off and sweat your balls off. And no one likes you. Stop doing that. Just go play arena, you loser. But season 7 is where we started to see pub stomping, because people wanted to try and they wanted to win. And before we had these cups, which did start in season 7, pubs were just not terrible to play. They were not terrible to play. They were just less fun to play. And this is where we got creatives, and now all the creative warriors are playing, and they're absolutely gawking on us, flexing their builds that they never use. It's just season 8 was probably the best spot for competitive Fortnite. Arena was in, so now all the sweats were in arena, playing for placement and points so they could flex on their friends. And pubs were back to being not as sweaty as season 7, but still significantly harder to play in because players were getting better. And season 7 was just a generally fun season. I really enjoyed season 7. Season 7 really burned that wood that Fortnite made for season 7. I don't know. Fucking hell. Once season 8 stopped, season 9 happened. And season 9 is where you had the World Cup, which was the biggest Fortnite event, a really big esports event. Booga won $3 million, which is crazy. Here's where things started to go very downhill. They added things like the slipstreams, and they added all these different mobility items, so sweaties can just hit and run very fast. And it started because now Sweats realized, oh, I can get wins if I just go into pubs and pub stomp. So they did that. This is where it's really started. It was on a very small scale, but it still started to happen. And this season, man, the drum gun was unvaulted because we chose to unvault it from the unvaulting event in Season 8. And the combat shotgun was in, which is a very high damage, small spread, fast shooting shotgun. And it dominated. And it was just a not great season. So I didn't play much of Season 9. I went off to summer camp around halfway through Season 9. And then, oh, you saw this one coming. Oh boy, Season X. Season X brought along the worst addition to Fortnite history. The combat shotgun, nothing. The TAC SMG, nothing. The mech. The mech was an instant win machine. You hopped in one and you won. Wait, that does make sense. Shit. Anyway, they got heavily nerfed, and eventually they just went out of the game. But still, all the crap items that they added, the Storm Flip, the Junk Rift, all of those were still in the game, and they were terrible. They just made it fun. They didn't make it fun for anyone. You couldn't really have fun playing in Season 10. But the crazy thing is, I played the most Fortnite in Season 10. Season 10 was probably the season where I got on every day. Very close to Season 6. And I don't know why. And then we had the Black Hole event. Oh boy. Oh god. I don't know if Epic went for a publicity stunt or what, but man, that Black Hole is terrible. Everyone was complaining about Fortnite not being good. And Fortnite, I don't want to play Fortnite. If they disabled Fortnite, I would be fine. So they did. They made the Black Hole, and we couldn't play the game. And it was torture. Every time I'd grab my Switch, I'd log into Fortnite, and I'd see that goddamn fucking Black Hole. It broke me. And I was so pissed off. And then, Chapter 2, Season 1 released. At first, it was a breath of fresh air. A new season, a new map, a new battle pass, a new entire system. But under that, there were some bad things. So, in around late Season 10, skill-based matchmaking was added to Fortnite. So now, if you won a game or you performed well in a game, you will now go up with players that are around your skill level. So, if you are decent at the game, you're going to go up against players who are decent to good at the game. If you're good at the game, you're going to go up to players that are good and excellent to the game, so on and so forth. It sounds like a good system at first. Now, people won't be pub stomping, but oh boy, that is not true. There are so many flaws to it. You can bot lobby by having a teammate that you just made an account for and play duos, solo duo, and just absolutely fucking wreck everyone. So all that stuff, it just wasn't good. And it was such a basic season. It was so long. It was so dry. There was nothing. The skins were subpar. The Star Wars event was unbearable. Fucking lightsabers were terrible. So then we had Season 2. I thought this would probably be one of my favorite seasons, which, I mean, I wouldn't be extremely wrong. I do like Season 2. But it's also fucking terrible. Skill-based matchmaking is still in the game. Pub stomping is at its finest, or its worst, I guess. And, oh boy. Box fighting is a big thing. People just box up and World Cup, it's so hard to win the game. The henchmen and bosses of the new POIs have fucking aimbot. It's not fun. The LTMs, they're nice. I do like them, but they're not gonna save Fortnite. It's just not. It's sinking for me. So, as this sinking boat crumbles to the bottom of the ocean, let's remember some good things that they did. Pretty much the entirety of Season 5, I think it was a perfect season. You could be really good at the game and still enjoy it. You could be terrible at the game like I was and still really enjoy it. Season 6 Battle Pass. It was an amazing Battle Pass. All the skins, all the backblings, except for Nightshade. They were all just really great. The Season 7's variety. Season 7 had so much of a variety. You would log on and you would just have fun. Even though there were sweats, even though you couldn't win the game, even though the planes were fucking terrible, you could still log on and have fun. Season 8 was the most enjoyable season. It had nothing was wrong. Really, Season 8 was the most well-rounded season. It did nothing good, but it didn't do anything wrong. Season 9 was just fun gameplay. You could hop onto Season 9 and just have a lot of fun until you run into a sweat. Season 10, again, a lot of variety content, even though it was absolutely terrible to play. It still had a lot of variety. We got some really cool POIs. The Borderlands POI was awesome. We had a pretty wonderful Battle Pass. Chapter 1, Breath of Fresh Air. The new map is nice. I do like the new map. I prefer the old map, but this one's also very good. And Season 2. Again, really enjoyable gameplay. I love just dropping into one of the new spots and getting pissed off that I got lasered by a boss, but then the next game I go in and I grab their mythic weapon and I have awesome loot. Fortnite is a game that will definitely be remembered. Not for how great it was, not for how terrible it was, but for how spiked it was. You had wonderful seasons like the older ones that I never got to experience, and then the more I started playing, the more those people who played the older seasons began to not like the new seasons. It's crazy that Fortnite has been going on for almost 3 years now, and I've been playing for almost 2 years now, and I really don't want to see Fortnite go. I've had so much fun playing it. I'm still playing it today. It's just I have to try so hard to play and have fun. I don't want to. Sometimes I just want to have a laid-back game and pubs, maybe do some challenges and just have a good time. But now I have to sweat my balls off. And that's not fun all of the time. Sure, sometimes I'm like, alright, let's go play some Cash Cups, let's go play some Arena, and let's go sweat our balls off. But that's such a low chance that I actually want to do that. There's not that big of a chance that I actually want to go and sweat my balls off. It's not every day that I want to do that. But for some people, it is. And I respect your decision. I hate you, but I can't stop you. Wish I could, but I can't. So, Fortnite, thank you. Now give me a creator code.